which have the high growth rate with excellent reward and the recognition. And you may the Indian pharmaceutical industry is the world third largest in terms of volume and the 14th largest in terms of the value. That means lot itself. What's our status of the pharmaceutical industries right now in the world, especially the Indian market, growing very well nowadays. And especially in the COVID situation, you can see that the huge growth in the pharma industries. And second one is the broad spectrum of opportunities in this field. There are different levels of the responsibility areas for the every student. So the pharma guys, we will discuss in the next slide what's our roles, what's our responsibility, what's the sectors where we the pharma guys can design their future. And the third one, obviously, job security. This is the only industry I can say that there's no impact of recession. In the past, you can say, we can check out the past history also, in the present also. This always groom, no doubt. If you give the good quality of the product to the market, it's never fail. And last, but the more worthy for me, from my point of view, work for well-being of the patient. Yeah, this is the only profession that brings the respect at the ground level and opportunity to serve the people and the humanity in the most humble way as possible, right? Then that's the main thing is that we are directly doing something for the betterment of the humanity. That's give you more respect and obviously the money. The money in what sense I'm saying that you're for the running of the life in a better way. Everybody people wants a need of the life. You can say money. That's the both things we get here. Respect and the money. That's the only profession I'm saying. That's why I love it more and respect it a lot. Yeah. I summarize some industries you very well know about that. The allopathic industries, pharma, like the Sun Pharma, Mankind, Cipla, Cadila. There are lots of allopathic industries now in nowadays in the market who are doing very well in their respective sectors. And the number of the Ayurvedic companies like the Himalayan, Patanjali, Dabur, Baidyanath, number of the Ayurvedic companies are there. And Unani, the Hamdard is the best one in the Unani, you can say, and the homeopathics industries are there. There are wholesome. There are lots of industry in the Indian markets who are playing very good role for the future market and doing very well in the current situations in the COVID pandemic, you can say. And I discussed about the COVID pandemic. Why I'm discussing here, this is the only sector who grow very well with a huge potential and serve the humanity with a better treatment. There's no other alternate option is there. And I will talk about the FMCG also. Fast moving consumer goods. There are the number of the FMCG companies in India. ITC, HUL, Dabur, and now Himalayan also doing good in this field. Then there are lots of companies are there. Anybody can choose any of the. That's depend on their potential. How to groom the your students and pharma guys. I will talk in the next slides how to consider what make them feasible for the betterment of their future in this industries, you can say. And this is my main slide, and the whole story is of the professional opportunities comes around this. And I will talk with the R&D sector first. There are different segments in the industries where the pharma guys are playing very good roles in current market. That's why I want to elaborate the things here. Don't think that is only industry. Industry itself has different segments where there are different pharma guys play significant role. Either it is a regulatory department, either the R&D sector, either the CQA department. Whatsoever, I will explain the one to one. First, I'll start with the R&D sector. And in the R&D sector, there's a main team is the formulation department. Formulation, I will discuss the role and responsibility of the each and every category in the next slide for the more explanation, because it is required to get the knowledge of that particular field, which help to boost the energy power of the students. Right. Then the analytical development. Analytical is the main core of any R&D, you can say, which give the benchmark for the future quality. And the clinical clinical, for example, there's a number of the proprietary medicines are currently available in the market, but it's all the products which launched in the market, especially I'm talking about the big brands, you can say, they have the enough data, clinical data, then that doesn't, drugs are very safe. These are the pharma, it is your Ayurvedic products also. And next one, the technology transfer. Whenever any NPDs is get ready for the market, then there's need to transfer it to the plant scale. Plant scale is the plant scale, that's a production line, you can say, right? This is there's a we do a particular pharma guy there, and especially preferable one I'm saying, technologist, you can say, technology transfer specialist, who work as an interface between the R&D and the plant level. And regulatory. Nowadays, regulatory team is doing wonderful job to explore the you can say the potential of the drugs to outside market, exporting part I'm saying. And there, as you know, there's a strict regulations in the pharma sectors, which we have to follow up and day by day update about the regulations which are going to change, or we have to adopt, we have to manufacture the product according to the regulations. That's the things we are get from the regulatory departments. That the regulatory guys we are doing their master degree in the regulatory affairs. They have lots of options. They can choose that one. It is also a grooming one nowadays in the industry. These are the summarized in the R&D. I will explain the next slide how they work. And this is because it is the main core of any industry. Either it is a pharma industry, either it is your FMCG industry. There's a core one. And I will talk about the marketing. You can say that it is a backbone of any industry. If your marketing strategies are strong enough, then you can explore any product in the market if it has strong potential to do the same. That's why there are the number of the brand established with their name, not by the name of the company, I'm saying. This is due to their only brand name. This is the role of the marketing. The pharma guys, that they have the huge knowledge, whose depth knowledge of particular their field, how the drugs act or how they act in our body, mechanism of action, you can say. And the pharma guys, after doing the graduation, can choose the MBA field in the marketing in the pharmaceutical management. That's a huge potential in the market because there's a core one. Right, there are a number of opportunities for the pharma guys in this field. There, I know why a number of the friends doing very well and getting good earning from that one, who's respect in this field. That's why I'm saying that I'm focusing on the marketing. This is that particular group whose potential is the base of any industries, right? And then I will talk about the CQA. CQA, no doubt, it is the strong pillar of any company. If the CQA is the strong enough, then the product quality will automatically reflect in your market, because they are the only category. And we focus on the quality to judge out the quality of any material, batch, whatsoever is there at the ground level after the R&D initiative, I'm saying. Right, here's the different groups are there, and the production charge in every plant. There's, for example, that our number of the plants in country, the 15 or 17 approximately. In each plant, there's a plant head is there, right? And there's a lot of scope for the pharma guys in this sector also, but with the experience only, not a direct recruitment in that post is there. But the things which gradually they can grab this opportunity with their experience, right? And the quality control department, QC, you can say, in the quality assurance, this is a part of the CQA, which is mainly involved in the lots of documentation parts. It ensures the quality, and there are the number of guys, or the pharma guys are serving in the as audit officer. In the main in this field, they audit the documents quality randomly to check out any lacuna behind the quality of the products. That's why things quality work and give the good product in the market. Then the documentation in charge, that's wholesome represent take all the documents from the R&D market. What is the required from this audit point of view? There are different categories. There are where the pharma guys playing a wonderful roles due to their depth knowledge. Right, and I will talk if I talk about the government organizations. There are the number of organizations where they can best fit themselves themselves for their future growing. And first I discuss the pharmacopoeia bodies like the Indian Pharmacopoeia, Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia in India, Herbal Pharmacopoeia. There are the number of regulatory bodies are there. Where the essential qualification is not out of the pharma guys. They are doing very well in this particular sector due to their depth knowledge. They help in the monograph development of the number of the drugs in the market. That's why there's a huge opportunities for the pharma guys to go in the pharmacopoeia body sector. And the WHO, or the World Health Organizations, there's in India, in all the world, there's the WHO centers are there. Where the preferable one is the pharma guys. They play a significant role to cure the number of the critical diseases at the world level. You can say that's the main role of the pharma guys is there. And I will talk with the Council of Scientific Industrial Research (CSIR). That's doing the very well for the development of number of the monograph. There the number of books are there. For the you can see the herbal medicines, they are more focused on the herbal medicines. They're there, and there the number of sectors are there. The pharma guys are well fitted in the particular zone. And if I talk about the DRDO, the Defense Research and Development Organizations, they are doing the very well in the well-being of the human society. That's the pharma guys can do a better job in this due to their huge potential of knowledge. And the next one is the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR. ICMR is doing very well for the development of the monograph, especially I'm saying. And the IUS, the regulatory body, which is governing all the regulations of the Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, and the homeopathic medicines in India. As you know that the pharma have the very strict regulations, and the number of the policies, regulations are there. But in case if you talk about the herbal, there's no such strict regulations are there. But nowadays the Ayush Ministry is doing very well and giving their best efforts to regulate the quality of your herbal products nowadays. In this Ayush, there is the governing body in which there are a number of departments where the diet requirement for the pharma guys, especially the master after the master degree, I'm saying, is the NMPB, National Medicine Plant Board, PLIM, Pharmaceutical Laboratory for Indian Medicines, and etc. There are lots of sectors are there in the pharma organizations, in the government organizations also. And note of the drug inspectors in any department after the clearance of any government level exams, and the pharmacist in chief pharmacist, you can say, based on their qualifications. There are different government organizations that we can look in this, because some of the guys don't have no knowledge of that one particular areas. So be in touch with that government organizations and try for the same. And if you talk about the about business or the self-employment of the completion of your graduations, you can go the diploma. You can say you can go ahead with the wholesaler and the pharmacist, and after the graduation and the enough experience of the production, you can go with go for your production of the manufacturing units. Because a number of the private organizations are there. They are doing wonderful in these sectors. There are lots of scope is there. That's why they're not dependent on the government jobs only. You at your bound level can do the best in this field. That's the beauty of that particular pharma profession, I'm saying. And other private organizations, there's a number of the commercial labs are there, number of the certified research organizations are there, which we know CRO, which are taking the projects from the industries, any government projects, because the projects, whenever we get any strong project from the government body or institutes, there the depth of knowledge is required. The pharma guys itself have a huge potential and the huge knowledge of their field, then they are best suited for this particular job in the CRO. And the pharmacovigilance sector, there are the number of the private organizations doing very well in this to collect the data of the toxicity study of the number of the drugs, and the separate sectors are there. And the medical writing, the medical manuscript writing is the fastest growing group is now in the pharma sectors. You can say in the FMCG sector, you can say they doing very beautiful job in this sector. Then they are the best suitable for the pharmacology wise. That's there. The different opportunities are there. We have to grab that opportunity, depending on their uniqueness, your potential, your strength. That's your first of all. You have to you can say that judge yourself where you want to go. Whether you want to in the clinical sector, then do the pharmacology. If you want to if you love the phytochemistry, then go with the phytochemistry, the pharmacology. So that field in the master degree and then do the PhD in this sector. There's a whose scope is there. This totally depend on you and your what you want to do in your life. That the opportunity is there, no doubt. You have to choose the right pathway with proper guidance. Simple. This is the main slide from our side. And now there's something is interesting that especially at this slide in this, there's a need to understand why the pharmacy professional boys or girls are fitted for that particular role in the industries. What's their role? For example, you got the job in your formulation team. What's your role is there? If you get the opportunity in the analytical department, in any phytochemistry department, then what's your role is there? How's the product is manufactured, how it is designed, how it works. Lots of things are there. That's only possible due to the pharma guys, due to their depth knowledge. They are the best suited for the particular in this area, you can say. I'm starting with the product development team. In the product development team, if I talk about the DABA, there the number of the segments are there in the product development team, OTC team, and the classical teams, and your NPD teams is the other ones. NPD means new product developments. If no doubt, if you are to sustain in the market, then you have to manufacture a good quality of the product and launch with their proprietary medicines. Then how you design the NPD, right? This is the call from the two colleges are there. One from the market. For example, marketing is always have the bench knowledge of the market. What's the product? What's the kind of things going on? What's the product is doing in the market very well? Then they come in contact with the product development team. They design and formulate the things accordingly as per the need of the market team, because it is a call from the marketing team. And product development team is the main action from their side, that they to design with the superiority, you can say, not the ground level, with some superiority that you can challenge in the market. That's our product content, that things 2x, whatsoever is there. That's the role of that product development. Pharmaceutics guys playing a very wonderful job in this product development nowadays. This is not limited to the pharma. I'm saying that in the pharma sectors, if you go to FMCG, there are the different sectors are there. Home and the personal cares for the cosmetic products, then the healthcare products are there. In this, there are different segments, classical products, the proprietary medicine, there are different teams are there. And for the different teams, there are different persons we required from the pharma sectors, you can say, right? And if there's lots of opportunity after the initial level, they can change their graph with the lots of things that they can be a great technologist. Technology transfer after the experience of 5 to 6 years, they can choose that profession and that line also. This depends on your choice with the time, with your experience, you can say. And the regulatory team, what's the role of regulatory teams? That's very important. For example, if you want to launch a product in the any country, then you need to follow the country regulations. Otherwise, it's banned in that particular country. Then we may impact the huge cost to the industries. So before manufacturing, before designing, that's the role of the regulatory team to provide us the data. What's the regulation of that particular country? What's the regulation says? What's the level of the particular, you can say, heavy metals, pesticides, aflatoxin? What's the regulation said about that one? Then this is the responsibility of the product development team to design the product accordingly. I am focusing on that particular role and responsibility because I know the pharma guys have the strong potential. They have the depth knowledge of their field. That's why they're best suited for each and every role in this sector. That's why only. And then we talk about the analytical development team. In this, there the number of the segments are there. Some of the persons get involved in the innovation. Innovation, I'm saying that's the quality control with the best suitable techniques to judge out the quality of the NPDs, so that nobody can cheat in the future with you. Either it is your raw material, either it is your intermediate product, either it is your finished good. The main thing is the self-life studies. Why it is important? You seen on the product that that product contains a shelf life of 1 year, 2 years. How is just out that? The interesting thing is that why I am highlighting this one shelf life study. What happened? Then for example, based on the marketing need and the regulation body, and what's the requirement? The NPD team, your product development team, design the product based on the need of the marketing team. Then it's come to the analytical development team to focus on the particular specification parameters. Then we have to look critically, what's the critical parameters, what are the non-critical parameters, what the concentration of the active moieties in the pharma sector. You can say if you talk about the herbal, then what's the active moieties, what's the active herbs we are added in this, what's their pattern behaves in the with the stability, how we do the same. That's the main thing is there. In the initial level, when any product get designed as per the need, then it comes to the analytical department. We deem that it as a control sample, right, at the initial level. Then we design the parameters, critical and the non-critical, DT, dissociation time, active concentrations. Then with the time, for example, in the 1 month accelerated studies, there are 2 types of studies are there. At the control study, the ambient, we do the study of the products at the ambient temperature, then at the accelerated conditions. Then there is number how we do the accelerated studies in a stability chamber. We do the same, and the control conditions. For example, in the 1 month accelerated, if I say, then we have to maintain the temperature of the stability chamber at the 40 degree with controlled humidity 75%. That's the call of the zone, you can say. Then we check after the 1 month what's the degradation pattern of particular product with the control one. If the product is stable, then we take the call for the next month, 3rd month, accelerated, and the ambient also. If your product is stable for the 1 month with the as compared to the control parameters, you can judge out the shelf life up to the 3 months. If your product it is stable in the accelerated conditions up to the 3 months, you can just take the call for the 1 year stability of that particular product in the exhaust conditions. I'm saying, right? If your product is stable for the 6 months in the accelerated conditions, then it can be stable for the 2 years. These are pharma regulations. We are also adopting the same regulations for the herbal products also. The main thing is that you have to main focus on the consideration of the active constituents and what's the behavioral impact on the dissociation time. If you talk about the tablet, and that we decide the critical parameter based on the dosage form there. There are lots of things are there to judge out that. I'll talk in a separate lecture if I got some time in the future. That's why I'm indicating that particular field there. Then the separate team is there for the investigative analysis. For example, any products get called from the market that your product is not the superior quality. Then that's the responsibility of the analytical development team to prove that that's our product has the good quality of the actives in this. Then the investigators to find out the reason. To call for the customer call to respond to the customer with strong enough data, you can say. Benchmarking, for example, if the product development team wants to develop any product, for example, you're going to peanut butter, then they will talk. They will take out the different market samples which are available for the different brands. Then we check out the base of that one. What's the base is there? What's the active moieties are there? Then that's help them. That data, benchmark study data, help them to design their product with more superiority. That's a different field, benchmarking sector. Technology transfer, that's the role of the analytical guys to transfer all the STPs. You can say the method part to the CQA team. I will talk about the separate CQA team, how they work, and the method development and the specification design. For each and every group, I'm saying there's a need of the pharma guys there, right? That's I'm saying continuously. Then more focus on your depth knowledge, grab that opportunity, because in the practicals there you learn lots of things there. How to what's the excipients used in the tablet? What's the role of that particular excipients? How then for them why you use the talcum in this as a lubricant? What's the integrating agents we can use? You know all the things in a better way. If you talk about the clinical point of view, you know the pharmacological action of each and every drugs. If there is a new drugs, then you can judge out the mechanism of action by their base. That's what I'm saying. The pharma guys can adopt each and every segments in a better way. The things is that the pharma guys have the good depth knowledge, strong determinations that impact more in this field, right? And why was then the CQA, Center Quality Assurance? This is a separate team. You can say this is the back pillar of any industry, because after the NPD designing of the specification of any product, that's the role of the CQA team. Then a number of the pharma guys are there in the CQA in the different fields. I'll explain in the next slide what's their role in this. That's the things that the pharma guys should understand their role, because in the you can say in your academic role, you are not able to understand the depth of that one. There's some casual approach, you can say. Some people are very strong enough determination. They know study out the things in a depth way, but some students go with the casual approach. My opinion is that if you are strong determination, go do the practical in a better way. Don't take a casual approach for the same. That's give the good opportunity in the interview, I'm saying. Okay, then this is the message. The last one slide from my side is a depth one in this. A dream does not become reality through magic. It needs strong determination, depth knowledge, and the hard work. Why I'm saying the strong determination. If you choose out this pharma profession, then you should have strong determination to go within the depth. Don't follow the casual approach in this. Do the experiment sincerely in your practical session, because that's give the good learning, right? And in the beauty of the pharma profession is that where different segments. For example, pharmacochemistry, they have the different practical sessions. Pharmaceutics practices are totally different based on the dosage form design. And the pharmacochemistry, how their reactions take place, pharmacology, what's the mechanism of action of the drugs. That's what I'm saying. You go in the depth. That's the stage where you get more things. After the joining of the industry, you in the private sector, then everybody thinks that you have the depth knowledge of that your profession, but the sincere knowledge and determination is required in this field, and your hard work always work for you in your life. That's my best wishes. That's my words for the pharma guys. Be strong, go in depth, and do your best. There's lots of opportunity, full of things are there in the pharma sectors where you can groom your future in a better way. Thanks, everyone. Thanks.
Yeah, that was very well said, Rajesh, that in-depth knowledge is required. And besides, there is no other substitute to the hard work. So I would request you to kindly stop share, because I want to share my screen here.
Sure.
Actually, there are many students who are actually looking forward to the admission, who are actually aspirants. They are not much aware about the Lloyd. So I just want to give a brief glimpse of my institute. And I hope even you are not aware of the tremendous contributions we have made in the past few years. So thanks for your talk. This is floral bouquet for you. So I would just give a brief snapshot of the college. So Lloyd Institute of Management and Technology, those the audience who are not new to, those who are new to the Lloyd, they can also have a look here. That Lloyd Institute of Management and Technology was established in the year 2004 with a vision of to become a globally recognized educational and research organization in the field of pharmaceutical sciences and produce quality professionals to contribute to the well-being of society and the growth of pharmaceutical industry. The institute was basically established almost 17 years back, that is in the year 2004. And then after 4 successful batches, we had the introduction of the MPharm postgraduation in pharmaceutics in the year 2010. And thereafter MPharm in quality assurance subject in 2011. Thereafter, like we also started the program of Niyukti, that is a job fest, which is basically annual job mela, जहाँ पर NCR और across regions के सभी students इकट्ठे होते हैं, industrialists, they all over come over the boat, and then the recruitments are being done. So that is a very grand event and token of the Lloyd. Yeah.
Nice.
So in 2018, we got the accreditation of the NBA, National Board of Accreditation, which basically gives a landmark for promoting the international quality standard for technical education in India. And we also made the collaboration with the DIPSRU. I hope you're well versed with
Yes,
DIPSRU,
yes.
the only pharmaceutical university.
Just, you know.
Then we initiated a diploma in law and pharmacy under National Skill Qualification Framework, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. In 2021, Lloyd was established as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, like approved research center for carrying out the research work. We also had been the recipient of the Best Pharmacy College Award in Uttar Pradesh for outstanding and exemplary contribution towards education. We also started MPharm in the third subject, that is MPharm Pharmacology, and we also have extended our campus, and now we have two institutes. One is the Lloyd Institute of Management and Technology, and the other is Lloyd School of Pharmacy. Then there are many other collaborations which are going on, and we are very soon are about to start undergraduate program in the forensic science that will also come under the head of Lloyd. So this is like some of the glimpses of our lab, like well modular labs, and other labs are also being converted into the same. And we have the Ligand Scout software in the molecular lab. And recently we also got the DSIR approval, which is a landmark again for scientific and industrial research organization. Dr. Kanchan Kohli, she's actually heading the research department here, and she's actually guiding and motivating the research team to grow further. And so some of these are USP of ours that we are NB accredited, and this is basically research collaborations are also going on. We have skill development programs apart from basic undergraduate and post-graduation studies. We have DSIR approval. Niyukti Job Fest is an annual event which happens to be. We have ISO 9001-2015 approval for the Lloyd Analytical and Research Facility, and obviously talented and competent faculty which is making contribution to all this. And Dr. Vandana Arora Sethi, she's our group director and she's heading the department, and her kind guidance, we all are moving further. And this was basically your introduction, which I was supposed to, but somehow I just missed. So like, well, you have said it all. And now I would like to take up the questions given in the chat box. Though like on the students part, I have also posted 2 of them. There is a question like, sir, after pharmacy, can I do MSc toxicology? So would you like to answer?
Yeah, if you, from my opinion, if you're in the pharma, after the completion of degree, you be in the same profession, pharma profession, right? It will add in you in the future, right? And there's no, if you want to just present the forensic by the MSc, may or may not, it is there, right? But if you go with the only pharma streams, then the good options are there, because I know your qualification, your essential qualifications is out on that your stream basis, and rest is up to you.
I have a query here, because when we did our like graduation, and like if you talk about the chemistry, formulation and synthesis department in any pharmaceutical industry, an MSc is more preferable over B.Pharm plus M.Pharm chemistry. Is it true? Is it still validated?
If you do the M.Pharma with pharma chemistry, and if it is the sector of your, in this now, if I'm not wrong, in the pharma chemistry section, if there's a 2 paths maybe, one is the phytochemistry in natural products, MS in the natural products, M.Pharma in the natural products, phytochemistry in the pharmacognosy, and the pharma chemistry, basically the core of the API, you can say. If you are that stream, most preferable one in the chemistry sections. What's going on right now? If the MSc guys with the other stream, the chemistry, in the pharmaceutical section, they are doing the MSc. They are also preferable one. But what I'm saying, that level of the understanding, the knowledge that's the pharma guys have in their graduation level, that's the beyond the limit. If they do their best in this particular area, they have that knowledge and then can do the best as compared to the MSc students, I'm saying.
Oh, thanks. That's really wonderful. Like, I mean, such a compliment for the pharma people. So there's one another question that a student called Adil is asking: what must I do to become a central drug inspector? Would you like
Yeah, sorry,
to
central drug.
central drug inspector? Could you just share some?
Yeah, after the completion of your degree, there is a test organized by the DRDO and the government organizations. You have to qualify the same, and then after that you can recruit for the same. If you have some pharma experience, the preference is given to them with their experience basis. You can join this. There's a huge potential in this sector also.
Okay, so I have a query here that besides this thing, like which is more paid job? What is better? Is it B Pharm plus M Pharm combination or B Pharm plus MBA combination?
Both sectors have their potential. If you do the B Pharma with the MBA in the pharmaceutical management, then you can go with in the marketing sector, and you can grab more things in this from the growth point I am saying. If you do the graduation plus M Pharma, there's a number of sectors are there. You can groom in this. The sky is the limit for the pharma guys, I'm saying. In my circle, there's a number of my friends which are well settled in the abroad also, where they are doing well in their own business also, and in the private sector, in the companies also. That's up to you. That's you have to groom at your level. Nobody can help you. And they help you in the understanding the things in a better way. But the strong determination, your depth knowledge, that's make you to the sky.
There is another question. What is the scope of PharmD?
PharmD is no doubt is the new trend in the pharma sector. There's a cumulative degree of the diploma degree and the pharma. There's a lots of opportunity for this one also in the cosmetic industries, in the innovation sectors. Yeah, is there is a in demand in the pharma industries right now.
Okay,
the good one, no doubt.
There's another question. I guess I can also take it. That it's given that there are thousands of certification courses at the time, but what are the best pharmacy students? Okay, Harsh Singh, this is your query, and I would like to answer this, sir, if you could please allow me.
Please, sure.
Yeah, see, like there are many professional like courses, skill development courses. Even I mentioned what Lloyd is also offering. So basically, what suits to you is more. I mean, you have been studying the various subjects, but आप जब एक बार ये decide कर लें कि आपने कौन सी branch पे अपना career grow करना है. If you want to go for an IPR, definitely you will for that course, right?
Definitely.
Similarly, if you want to go for some other course, like so, आप अपनी वही skills को grow करें जो आप अपना career बनाना चाहते हैं. And what the things you need to say is these courses are well affiliated to the university, or they are recognized by UGC at least. So that is a mandatory condition, or they are offered by some ministry department from the government of India. So that is a key point you should watch for. I guess I am able to.
Yeah, right. That's a good thing.
Yeah, so that was really wonderful of you, Rajesh, to join us and to excuse some time from your conference as well. So I would like to present a virtual certificate to you on behalf of
Thanks for sharing.
Ladies and gentlemen, so this is a certificate of appreciation for such a motivational talk on this day today. So very
thanks for the invitation.
Yeah,
thanks.
I'll be mailing the certificate to you.
Please, it will be better.
Yeah.
Sure.
So thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Pharma guys. Thank you.